Yeah, this is going to be one of the first in the tips and tricks and stuff like that. And what am I talking about? Bike racks. This thing is a beast. With my equipment on the back and the battery pack installed, just under 90 pounds. So I was thinking, and I did pretty good in my opinion. I bought this rack. It's made specifically for e-bikes, fat tire e-bikes, specifically rated up for 300 pounds. What I didn't figure in at the time is how hard it was going to be for me to get this bike off of that rack. And I had to turn around on one trip and go home because I hurt myself trying to get my bike off of the rack. I hurt my back. Took me a couple, 3 days to recover from it. So I went with something else, and I'm not going to sit here and record me putting this thing together because I'm going to have to do it in stages, you know, whatever amount my back will let me handle at a time. Once I get it together, then I'll talk more about this. So I'm going to jump in here for a second and kind of explain ahead of time. I went and I did not get another e-bike rack that was sold as an e-bike. What I did is I went and I bought the carrier for motorcycles. And as it's together, hopefully it's going to be a lot better because it cost me a little bit of money. But we're going to get it in there and see what it does. And basically, this is it. It has a ramp that allows me to push the bike up onto the carrier instead of having to try and pick it up and put it off one wheel at a time and all of this. I can just roll it up and down the ramp. So, just a tip, when you go looking for a carrier for your, especially if you have one of the heavier bikes like mine, 90 pounds, look in the motorcycle section. You're actually going to find a better deal. Okay, step one. And these are the instructions they send. Now, I don't know, to me, these instructions are very simple. But I have a long history I have a long mechanical history. I don't know if everybody can see them as simply as I do, but it's kind of like just tab A goes into tab B, or slot B. And that's what it looks like to me. So stopping here for a minute on, let's see, for step 4, I guess, is putting the ramp. But I'm not going to bolt it down right now because I'm going to use it. And also, I'm going to go replace these bolts with pins. I'll just, you know what I'm talking about, like the old hood pins we put on our hot rods. It may rattle a bit more, but I can put some foam under there to help that. I just don't like the idea of having to unscrew it every time I want to go. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things I'm going to do, because this is what they have for it, is just regular bolts. And I don't want to have to unbolt this thing every time I go. So pins it is going to be. And next step is putting the wheel catcher on there. And I'm really hoping, it's looking to me that at least up to here, I should be able to actually open my back door with this rack on here. I could not open my door with this other rack on it because of this, the tilt function. See, what I used to have to do is I'd take my bike, I would tilt this all the way down, I would put my bike's front wheel and strap it into that lower one down there, and then I would pick the back up and put it onto that one, and then I would untilt and then move it back to this setup. And I took my bike off of there in reverse. And it didn't take me long to say, this ain't working. My wife's car doesn't have a tow hitch on it, so I might just sell this thing. But anyways, that's what I was saying, one of the good things. And at the end of it all, I'll have a couple more comments. I'm going to get this front wheel latch on there, and then this thing will be put together. So this is it. And we got the ramp. Should be a lot easier getting this beast up there. Okay, modifications. I removed this because that is the only place I could put it. And I'll put a image of a picture with it on there, and I just do not like how far that sticks out past the end of the side of my truck. And plus, with this on there, if I bring my front tire up into this, it's not on the rack balanced. All of the weight is on this one side, and I definitely don't want that. So I figured out where my front tire, the middle of my front tire needs to be as best balanced as I can, and that is right here where these dots are. So I repurposed their back catch into my front block, and now when I put my bike up there, it's balanced. As balanced as I'm going to get it, I'm pretty sure, because I'm all the way on the back hole. I can't go any further. But that's a modification that I had to go. I'm loving these tie downs. It's going to make my bike very secure. And as soon as I have somebody who can handle this phone for me, I will take a video of me getting my bike up on and off of here. I love it. That's just all I can say about it. I friggin' love it. Should have thought about motorcycle racks to begin with, but that wasn't where my mind was. Oh well, I got to go through and make sure everything's torqued and all of that, and that's the boring part of things, but there she be. Let's see if I can get a bigger picture here. There we go. Now, one of the biggest things for me about this rack is this. I could not open and get into the back of my truck with that rack. I'm not sure if I said it before. I bought it for the fact that it would flip up and I thought it would get out of the way, but no, this blocks my front tire blocked me from opening my door or flipping it up out of the way. So that is a great thing. I mean, I can open it up even I mean, it only opens about another 6 inches anyways. So good access. Okay. I think I'm going to go in the house and cool off for a while. And rest my back for a while. Well, that's what we call adapt and improvise right there.